Hey there, kids! Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. It is Tuesday. I'm tired as fuck. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I was up way too goddamn late last night. Just working on things. Didn't get a lot of sleep, and yeah, I'm tired today. But anyway, we carry forth. We go on. Anywho, yeah, it's Tuesday. Fucking Tuesday. Anyway, let's get caught up. Let's see who's with us. Barbatoast1275 is waving hi. Hello. Brandon's with us. Michael Dawson, what's going on, man? VFX10 Viper, what's going on, dude? Gumbla Luke, Apex Nerd, what's going on? Julius, Life Death, hello, everyone. Good deal, good deal. Brandon wants to know, how was last night's stream? What did I miss? So it was a lot of brainstorming. But I think we've got a plan of action for the back of the lower leg. You know, I was originally going to go with these deals, but that kind of went out the window, and settled on one of the resin vents that I made and from the resin Greebly box, and it looks really, really good. So we're going to be working on that actually today, and yeah, we're going to get that kind of going and figure it out. Yeah, we're going to figure it out. So, without further ado, let's see. Giovanni's just said hello. What's going on, dude? And more for a few more hours. Nice. Mecha PR. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you guys. Welcome. Excellent. All right, let's go camera 2. Let's jump into it, man. Let's get to work. Fuck it. Let's just go. Go, 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 go. All right. So with that being said, here are the little vents that we have for the back of the leg. We went ahead and glued this block together. Off stream, I did the same thing to its corresponding piece. That's actually drying. Excuse me, drying, because I just did that earlier today. And so basically what we have here now is just a block that fits in there, and now is flat. And basically we will be doing this type of thing here, and that fits really, really good, right? The profile of it looks really good. Let me get the monitor going. I forgot to do that. There we go. The profile of it looks really, really good. It's just, I don't know. It just works. It just really, really works. Now, obviously what we're going to need to do is fill in this empty cavity here, you know, with plastic sheet and stuff. So I think that's going to be one of the big things that we work on here today. And then just trying to get the whole thing, just get our heads wrapped around this thing, because this is a little bit more than I think I wanted to take on with this model, I'll be honest with you. But I think it's going in a really good direction. I think this is going to come out really, really nice. So, yeah. Yep. Excuse me. Barbatoast. He says, glad to see you're back, Tim. Missed the streams and the relaxed energy they provide. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Venture forth and unleash the mad scientist. Hell yeah. You know, it's funny. I used to be called my friends used to call me the mad scientist in like high school and everything, because I was always the one with the ideas and all. Sometimes they were bad ideas. Sometimes they were really good ideas. But yeah, they called me the mad scientist. That's funny. Nice. Mecha PR says, I bought the Master Grade Full Armor 7/8 One full armor Gundam. Nice. Nice, dude. All right. Good deal. Excellent. All right. So, with that being said, we've got to wrap our head around this thing and get to work here. So, that's basically what it's going to look like there, right? All right. So what we need is some strip to start to fill in this void. And we need to see what size strip we need. That actually looks really good right there. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Okay, cool. Okay. So, what I just noticed here, right? Let's go super zoom. All right. So, what we have here, right? We have a bevel. Let's get on camera. There we go. We have a bevel on this piece, on this corner right here, that goes all the way down the leg, right? Now, if I was to just simply put, strip right there, that would come up right to that bevel, right? Right there. There we go. And that little indent might look nice. Come on. That little indentation might look nice. We'll take a look at it and see. Okay. So, with that being said, let's let's get to it here. Let's get some strips cut and formed and then glued in place. Now we need to be super careful because what we want to do is we only want to glue these strips to this, gray block here. We don't want to glue anything to everything else because we want this gray block to come out to be for painting and everything, right? So that's the trick of it all, is we don't want the glue to touch anything else. So we need to be really, really careful with glue application, and then obviously the plastic and everything. All right, let's go back to camera one so I don't got to worry about being on camera. Hey, look at this, plastic peon. What's going on, dude? Hey, yeah, how's it going? Dude, it's going good. Working, on this damn thing, trying to figure shit out. Obviously, you know that. If you guys don't follow Plastic Peon, my God, what are you doing with your life? You gotta go follow the dude. He does excellent work. High custom work. Insane stuff. So yeah, go follow Plastic Peon on Instagram. I highly recommend it. If you're not already. You probably are, I'm just saying, but if you don't, go do it. But yeah, dude, we trying to figure this thing out here, with anything, that we do. Obviously, the figuring out part is always the hardest, the engineering of it all, right? So yeah, it's challenging sometimes. So all right, go camera two. All right, and we're gonna get the chopper in here. We're gonna cut some strip. Now this angle here looks to be about 45. This looks to be probably about 60. So I'm gonna go with that first and see kind of what that yields for us. Yeah, that's definitely 45. All right, cool. And then where's the other one here? Yep, just as I thought. That's 60. All right, excellent. So we know what angles are there, right? So now it's just a matter of getting the length cut for this thing. So not too hard, not too hard. Let me see something here. Okay. So this strip may be a bit too much. Let me see something. Well, we'll go with the wider strip for right now. We can always sand it down and get it to shape. Okay. All right. So, with that being said, let's get some measurements going here. Let's see what length of strip that we need. That looks to be 12 millimeter. Point to point. Thereabouts. All right. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Right there. Lock it in. All right. So go from there. Bring this over. Lock that in. Am I doing this at the right angle? No. I gotta do it this way. Jesus. Alright. Watch your digis. Watch the digis. Don't cut the digis. Alright. That might have been too much off of there, but we'll see in a second. Fucking way too much. Jesus. Okay. My God. What's that old adage? Measure twice, cut once. Oh, fuck me. That's a horse shit. Measure once, cut twice or 3 times. My God. What the fuck are we doing? Dumbass. Alright. I'm gonna cut it longer than what I need and then sneak up on it. Oh my. You guys. It's yeah. Fucking Tuesday. Alright. This is gonna be way long than what I need. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's get a little bit more off of there. Maybe about that. Let's see what we got. Once we have one piece set to ooh. Alright, let's see. Once we got one piece set in here and to shape and length and everything, then we can just copy it. Yeah, that's shit, that's perfect right there. Alright, that's money. Money. Alright. So we got our template. Cool. Let's go with that. Let's get the chopper out of here because it wants to be a little bitch today. Alright. And then we can just template this. Where's the damn one? Oh, there it is. find myself working on the bench and not this thing. All right, there we go. That's so much easier. Okay, there's that. And now we should have two virtually identical pieces here. A little sanding on this one, just a little proud of the other. There we are. All right, this is the copied piece. And like a glove. Very nice. All right, cool. So, with that being said, now we need to go about attaching them very, very carefully to the gray part and not anything else. Ay, ay, ay. What did I get myself into here? What do you guys get me into? This is crazy. I blame you. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do what are we gonna do here? Let's all right, we're gonna mark this piece with our little pen scriber here. There we go. That way we know exactly where we need to glue this piece, or these pieces, right? Come on, get apart. Get apart. There we go. There we go. All right. And you can see in here this little white bit right here. That's where some glue squeezed out, and I had to yank that fucker out today with a pair of pliers because it was not budging. It got glued onto the piece. Oh, I was just like, damn it, damn it, damn it. But you know, it is what it is. All right, just shaving off the little debris bits there. All right, let's get caught up real quick. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? A Plastic Peon says, not much, brother. Day off, just finishing up on my mech design sketch. Nice, nice. He says, oh, thanks, bro. I really appreciate the shout out. Always, man. Always. You do good work, you know? I applaud that. There's not many of us right now that are truly doing good work. You know what I mean? So when I see it, yeah, I definitely shout it to the rafters, dude. So, absolutely. Giovanni says you'd have an Austrian sound effect every time you use the chopper. Oh, man. Get the little Arnie sound effect in here. Get to the chopper! Oh, fuck, that would be great. Oh, I might have to do that because it's just so stupid and fun. Oh. And you know what else is stupid and fun? This. I love it. Sorry if that scared the shit out of you guys, but I love it. Oh, man. Rundus, what's going on, dude? Measure once, cut 5 times. Sounds like construction season in my city. Dude, yeah. You know, it's just... Like I said at the top of the show, I'm tired today. I didn't get much sleep. And, yeah, I'm dragging ass right now. So, it just is what it is. You know, just is what it is. Let's see. Mike Dawson says, cutting this bicep Jagan armor down the middle would be so much faster if I could just find my hobby saw. Nice. Brandon says, just use scribe tape and a chisel. Boom. Used this method many times in the past. Oh, yeah, that works. Michael Dawson, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Nice. Barbatos jumped out of my seat, but that's such a good transition. Isn't it? Oh, I laugh like a little fucking girl every time I do that. Oh, it's so good. Julia says, I bet Mike Wyman would record that for you. I bet he would. I bet he would. But, yeah, it would probably be easier just to find the clip of Arnie just going, get to the chopper, you know. But, hey, whatever, man. All right. But that is a good idea. That is a really good fucking idea. Oh, shit, I might have to do that. God damn it. Let's see what you guys do. I blame you. All right, cool. So we've got our pieces. We've got exactly where we need to glue these things. So let's get to gluing these up and get back to it. Actually, do I want to use super glue? Or do I want to use plastic magic? That's the conundrum that I'm faced with right now. Let's go plastic magic, just to be on the safe side. I just want to be able to place these with a little bit of wiggle room. I'm just not to the point yet where my placement of things feels perfect. So yeah, we're gonna use plastic magic. Okay, there's that. Get that wiggled into place. Just a little bit on the inside just for capillary action there. And then get this other piece. Good thing about doing that little scribe line too is it acts as a little dam for the plastic magic. It doesn't go farther than that scribe line, so that actually is a good side effect. There we go. All right. Let's get this mocked up here. Let's get the lid closed on the plastic magic before I spill it, because that would be really, really bad. And let's see what we've got here. Does this slide in perfectly the way I want it to? Oh, I had the damn thing upside down. Ooh, 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 look at that. That side. Shit, you're not even seeing it. God damn it. There we go. That side fits like a glove. Slotted in really, really nicely. And then, yeah. Same with that side. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, cool. So that was a good plan. That was a good plan. All right. So with that being said, we have our kind of outer borders here, right? And we are definitely going to need to shave that down a bit, but you can kind of see there the effect it's going to have filling that out, right? So that's going to look really quite nice. And with the taper, ooh, okay. So with the taper of this piece, that's actually not a bad look, right? All right, we're going to have to shave that down about 1/2 mil. So that's not too bad. What width was this? Is this 4 or 4.8? That's just 4. Okay. So I fear if we use the 3.2 millimeter, we're not going to have enough enough meat on the bone, so to speak. Yeah. I'd rather it be too much than too little at this point. So, yeah. Let's see. Brandon says wearing my earbuds and listening while I'm working, and that transition made me jump. Julia says, ouch. Tim, I have earbuds in and it felt like I got an electric shock when you did the Mega Zoom. I'm sorry, you guys. I got to bring the volume down on that thing. And the bad thing about it, since it's a transition, I'm not sure if you guys know anything about OBS, which is the streaming software that I'm using. It doesn't allow for to adjust the audio on transitions, which is weird to me. Allows you to, you know, mix everything else. I can mix my mic, I can mix the ambient, I can use, you know, mix pretty much everything, the alerts, all of it, right? But for some reason, I can't mix down the transitions, which I think is a big, you know, kind of bullshit thing. But yeah, I'll lower the volume there for you guys. But yeah, I do. Oh man, I do love me a good Mega Zoom, man. It's so good. It's so good. All right. Let me check this piece and see if this is dried up yet. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Like I said, I just did this before the show and wanted to get this going here. Oh, that's upside down. That's why. Dummy. All right, so with that being said, let's get this together. And there we go. That's nice and flat for the most part. Let's just double check. Yeah, that sits flush there. All right, so now we need 2 more pieces here. Let's get to the chopper. And I should have made 2 more pieces, but I didn't think about it. So no big deal. No big deal. All right. So actually we already have a 45, so that's good there. Let's get this cut slightly longer than we need. Boom. And then while we're at it, we'll just do another 45 on this end piece, and we'll cut that as well, and just kind of sneak up on what we need here. Boom, there we go. Chopper to the rescue. Mikey Wine would be so proud of us right now. All right. Oh, okie dokie. So, actually, I need the 30 here. Let's go as wide as possible right now, and then let's see what that. Oh, did I just hit it on the? Jesus, is that a hole in one? Is that a hole in one? Boom, hole in one. Yeah, love that. You love to see that. Good old hole in one. Boom. Shit, I gotta play the lotto today or something. Hole in one. Let's go. First time. Rock and roll. All right. So we got that. We've got our template here. Let's get to cutting. Now this edge right here is a little hinky. So we're just gonna get this boy evened out there. There you go. There you go. All right. And then now, get those locked into place. And then actually what I'm gonna do rather than my bloop, bloop, there we go. Oh, that made it. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have to do that more often. Yeah. All right. There we go. Let's take a looky look here. Nice. Very nice. And then this one, I'm not sure which is the original and which is the tapered one. Or the duplicated one. Yeah, boom. Sweet. That was easy. That was easy. All right, and then mark this right there. Boom. As I drop it. And then do the same thing to the other side. Boom. All right, so now we can pull this guy apart here and do the same thing. Come on. Love a good part separator. My God, it makes things so much easier. All right. There we go. Sweet. All right, plastic magic back out here. Let's get this plated up here. Actually, let me shave this down first, because like with any scribing, it built up a little debris on the outside. So you just want that nice and flat, just so that everything goes together really nicely. There we go. There we go. All right. Little plastic magic right there. Get our piece on here. Drop it on. And wiggle it into place. Just like that. All right, good deal there. Get a little bit on the inside. There. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I started posting the summaries, the stream summaries and everything. I started posting those on TikTok. So I have a TikTok now. I'm one of the cool kids, I guess, right? It feels so foreign to me, TikTok, because I have never used it. My daughter's super into TikTok. You know, she's on it most of the day. And showing me dumb shit and stuff like that, which is usually funny. But yeah, if you have a TikTok, go follow Child of Mecha, I'm just saying. So, yeah, I have a TikTok. There we go. Very good. Very, very good. Oh, that shifted. Not great. Alright, that should be fairly even there. Alright. Let's get just a little bit of plastic magic on the inside of that piece, just to try and secure that as much as possible there. All right, and then let's see how this part fits. Actually, you know what? I should probably take this part out of this leg just so that it doesn't get glued into place. All right, good deal there. We'll let that kind of cure. And then this piece, we can actually just swap that in here. This is upside down. There we go. And it should hopefully fit. Yeah, like a glove. Yep. Boom. First time. Let's put the correspond. That's a back. That's not the right one. Here's the right one. And oh, we're just a wee bit off on this one. Just a wee bit off. Okay. There it is. Man, just a fraction of a millimeter off. But now we got it. Readjusted. And now she's good to go. Sweet. Nice, nice. Nice, 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 nice. I do like that look. Yeah, okay. All right, ready your ears. Super zoom coming. All right, so there's what I mean, kind of how the plastic sheet comes kind of right up to that, right up to the bevel and everything. You can see it there. Oh, that looks super nice. Yeah, yeah. So kind of right along in there, there's maybe a half millimeter of flat part before it meets the bevel. I do like that kind of indentation look to it. That I think is going to give it definitely a natural kind of look, you know. Oh, 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 whoa, 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 oh, 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 oh. Hold up. Hold the presses. Hold the presses. Those are too big. Let's see. All right, hang on. Let me see here something. I'll get back on regular camera here in just a second, you guys. Hang on. I'm trying to raid my option parts wall here. Okay. And there's one. All right. There's another one. All right, sweet. We're in business here. All right. Cool, 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 cool. All right, let's go back here. Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. All right, camera 2. Boom. All right, so this runner here, this Kotobukiya option part, one of my favorites. This is P125. These little option parts, these are great. These are little trapezoidal kind of detail parts, and if you couldn't tell, my favorite parts are down here. These lower guys, these kind of trapezoidal bits right there, right? So what I'm thinking is once this piece is on, and once we have, let's see, yeah, once we have these filler strips shaved down to the proper height and everything, this will sit flush. And then what's the width look like? That may be wide enough for us to do something cool here. And then maybe that little one coming down there to add a little bit more detail under there. What's that big one? That big one may be too big, but that little one I think would be really quite nice. Maybe centered right there. Ooh, yeah, I think I like that idea a lot. I just got the tinglies. Yeah, the spider sense is going off. When you get that, oh boy, you know you're in the right direction. You know you're in the right direction when you get the spider sense going off. All right, cool. All right, I like it. I like where we're going. I've got more energy right now. I'm waking up. Sweet. The haze is lifting. Juno! Hey, everyone. What's going on, dude? All right, we are we're doing good stuff here. All right, so with that being said, let's get these filler pieces trimmed down, and then what we need to do is start filling in the gaps and everything to make a nice kind of platform for our vent to get glued to, right? Because the only surface area that we're going to have is whatever is filled in here and this little gray part down here. Everything else cannot be glued because this thing needs to, like I said, come apart for paint and everything like that. So that is the plan. All right, so, oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, let's see, what do we need to take off here? About, is that about a millimeter or a half mil? It's about a millimeter, okay. All right. Ooh. Okay, let me show you guys something. We'll come back to this leg here in a minute. All right, so I am going to show you a technique here with our little photo etch saws that is very, very, very useful. Very useful. All right, so get this guy together here. All right. Hang on one second before we get to that. We have a question. All right, Life Death wants to know, what's another grunt suit you'd really like to do a custom build with besides the Jesta? Personally, I'd love to see what you do with the master grade Jin from Seed. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. I like the dagger from Seed. That's really cool. What else? What's that? Oh God, what's that flying contraption from Double O? That fucking weird one. The transformable one. I can't think of the damn name of it off the top of my head. And I'm sure one of you will have it like that, but I cannot think of the damn name of the weird, it's like gray and everything, and then at the end, the one dude with the mask had the custom one, and it was like a maroon color. Help me out, you guys. The flag? Was that it? Was that the simple fucking name of it? Oh my God, dude. Yeah, that one. The flag. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the flag. Yeah, that to me is just a funky, weird looking mobile suit, and I dig it, and I could do some weird shit with it. It's just tall and lanky, and it's got weird angles and everything, and it I don't know, I dig it. I just I just really fucking dig it. Yeah, so the flag would be a good one. Let's see, mass produced Gelgoog would be great. I want to do something like that. You know, obviously the GM Sniper, GM Type C, love those. God, I love the GM Type C. So, yeah. And Nemo, yeah, run this. That's a good call there, too. Would love to see your take on a Nemo. That would be cool, right? That would be cool. What else do I have? Jesus. I mean, you know my affinity for the Zeta Plus. Love the Zeta Plus, right? What else? Yeah, I don't know. I just love grunt suits in general. You know what I mean? Obviously the Zaku, the Gyaradoga, those are insane classics. Oh, boy. Some of the later GMs would be cool. You know, the GM, you know, Type 3, things like that. Yeah, the gun cannon, the later gun cannons, those would be dope as hell. Gun tank too. I have some wicked ideas for a good old gun tank. So yeah, you know, the ideas are all locked in here in the vault, and there's just not enough time to get them to actuality. You know what I mean? Let's see. Michael Dawson says, I'd love for Bandai to release a Master Grade Nero. Yeah, the Sentinel GM, that would be cool, right? Hell yeah. Old school Gunpla. Mr. George, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Tim, driving and listening in. Nice. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. Be safe driving. Be safe driving. Barbatos, I'd love to see what you could do with a GM, with a cannon. And if they ever made a kit for it. Yeah, that would be cool. Like one of those funky, what is it? The GM Cannon 2. Those were cool. They made a RE100 out of that, which was interesting. Gumpla Luke says GM3 is one I have my eyes on in my backlog. Do it, dude. Do it. Really wish there was a Gira Zulu Master Grade. Such a badass suit, right? Bandai's kind of shit in the bed with that one, in my opinion. They have the Doga. They have pretty much every other mobile suit from, you know, that era. Why not the Zulu, right? And why not the Zulu Custom, the purple one, the Rose? Because that is an amazing design. So, yeah, I think Bandai's shit in the bed on that. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a shitty modeler, right? Anywho, all right. So let's show you guys. Don't need that. Let's show you guys. Where's my saw? Let's show you guys here real quick. There it is. A technique that comes in very handy sometimes to flush up, you know, this type of thing. So we're going to use our little tri-tool Hasegawa saw, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to use this surface as our guide, and then we're going to just start to cut in to these pieces. And now, it'll be slow going at first, but this gets us insane accuracy. There we go. Now it's starting to bite in. Oh, that's starting to lift up. Why is it starting to lift up? All right, well, screw that then. Because I think... Yeah, that's just the way the plat... Okay, it's starting to lift up on both sides. All right, well, screw that idea. It's usually better if it's a wider surface. All right, you know what? Screw it. We're just going to hack at this thing. There. All right. We're just gonna fucking hack at it. If all else fails, just hack at it. It'll be good. It's fine. Nothing bad ever happened there, right? All right. And now we just flatten this out. All right, and then. There we go. All right, let's see how we're looking. Not bad. That's still a bit high there. All right, so let's get, where is it? Here it is. Oh, no. All right, we're gonna get our filing plate out here, and this should do pretty good. Get it cleaned off as much as possible. There we are. All right, and then okay, that's looking pretty good. Oh yeah. Bingo. All right. Yeah. That's nice and flat. That's nice and flat. That's perfect. Okay, so now we have a perfect place for that to rest. And that profile looks really, really good. Really good. All right, cool. So happy about that. All right, excellent. So that's one side down. Let's get this other side figured out here. There we go. We can just pull the foot rather than taking that whole thing apart. All right, so we learned our lesson the first time. Try not to screw this up. Nice. Come on now. All right, that looks pretty good so far. Kind of get the rough filing out of the way here. All right, let's get this really nice and even now. All right, that looks pretty money. Very good. Very flat. Sweet. All right, there we go. All right. Filing plate to the rescue. Big time. Filing plate to the rescue. All right. Good deal. So now that we have two even, plating here, now we need to fill in kind of between those, right? So what we need to really do is kind of figure out where's the upper limit to the plating and everything, right? And I think I just figured it out right there. Okay. So that wants to bend in. Okay, so all right, let's go super zoom. Watch your ears. All right, so the problem area that we're running into now are these corners here, right? Right there on this sheet. And I think what we're gonna have to do is cut the corners off here and kind of, bevel it back at a 45 from this corner of the original piece and bevel that back so that this part has enough room to fit in the, kind of original piece here, right? Because what we're running into is this section right here bending this little strip. So if we bevel that back, that won't collide with it, and I think we'll be in good shape. So, but let's get caught up here because I know George has a. We have a question. George says, just pulled over to ask. Man, you pulled over for this shit? Okay. Thank you, George. Appreciate it, buddy. Would you build a third-party Gundam kit such as a 1/72nd GM Slugger or a GM Cannon? Recently snapped one up, pretty darn good. Absolutely, yeah, 100%. I'd definitely build a third-party kit. In fact, let's go here and right there, that brown box, that right there, that is an old Mechanicore 1100 Kasi, or Xi, or however the hell that you pronounce it, the XI, right? From Hathaway's Flash. And yeah, I bought that. That's a third-party kit because at the time, Hathaway's Flash wasn't even, thought of in terms of the Netflix animation or anything, or heaven forbid any of the the kits that they've made from that as well. So yeah, I definitely have a third-party kit there. So I don't know if I have any others or not, but yeah, I think that's it. Honestly, most of the third-party kits, not all of them, but most of them are really just not to my taste. And even the Mechanicore is so overly detailed that I was gonna kind of strip some of the details and do them myself, because that's obviously what I'd rather do. But yeah, I mean, I definitely, if it's a good third-party kit, I'd absolutely build one 100%. Yeah, yeah. Um, a lot of them, a lot of these third-party kits are just overly, overly detailed, spiky, just conglomerations of plastic and shit, and it's not in my wheelhouse, you know. And I think you guys know my style. Number one, I like to do my own details because the details that I do, I feel are more subtle, more practical, more realistic, you know, if we're getting into the weeds here. And yeah, it's just, they're just not to my taste, a lot of them. Some of them are really cool, don't get me wrong. And some of them I would definitely build. The Gus third-party kit looked really cool. It's a, you know, it's kind of a cousin to the Jesta from what it looks like. And there's some other, mind you, there are some other spiky boys that I kind of dug too. Not many, but a few of them. What was it? The Lizard? That looked cool. That was a spiky boy. And just a big hulk of a mobile suit. I really like that. But aside from that, there's not many that I'm like, that's pretty cool, you know? So, but yeah, I do have third-party kits. But yeah, I like the simplicity and lack of details in Bandai kits. And obviously the engineering is really, you know, superior too. But yeah, I just like to do my own. So Bandai gives me that open canvas, you know? So, yep. Barbados, Tim, is that the Regan Lays Julia on the pile next to the Rizel on your desk? It is. There's like 2 or 3 of them there. And speaking of spiky boys, yeah, the Regan Lays Julia is definitely one of them. It is a spiky boy or girl, however you really want to classify it. But yeah, so the reason why I have those is because I had this idea back before the move of a good spiky like Rizel kind of Zeta type of thing, maybe a Delta Plus, something like that. And then obviously everything kind of went to shit and that idea went out the window. So I pulled the spiky boys out for this build, just as kind of, you know, kit bash fodder and everything. And that's all that those are. I'm never going to build the Regan Lays Julia. It's not a greatly engineered kit in 144. It's floppy, like a dead fish, and just not into it. So, but yeah, as far as kit bash fodder, they're great. They're great. Giovanni says, built the Gus. The colors are really dull. That's a kit that it has to be painted. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, I always paint mine anyways, so yeah. But the Gus looked cool. It looked like a bulky cousin to the Jesta, kind of. So that's why I dig it. So yeah. Good question, Georgie. Good question. All right. So with that being said, back to it. Let's see here. So like I said, we need to get on camera 2 first, and then what we need to do is bevel these points down here. Now, before we can really do that accurately, we need to get some structure between these 2 strips. We need to get a filler piece in there. Well, that needs to be sanded down just a little bit. But man, that 6.3 will fit almost perfectly in there. Actually, does it even need to be sanded down? Yeah. See, that'll actually give quite a lot of structure. but I feel that maybe flexing these out a little, kind of opening that a little bit too much. So I don't want to necessarily put flex or pressure into the mix, because that's just a really bad time. If it's too much, it'll potentially pop later down the line, especially after paint. And man, if it does that, oh, that will be bad news. So I don't want to put that extra flex and pressure into it. So let me... Okay, see, it fits nicely right up here at the point, you know, where it's glued to the piece. Yeah, I think that'll be fine, actually. Let's get our calipers out and see. Whoops, did I just hit the camera? My bad, camera. All right, let's see what we have. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is what I'm testing here. So with the calipers, you know, these jaws are fairly parallel. I mean, this isn't a high-end caliper or anything like that. But see where, and I'm holding this pretty tight, see where it pivots? That's going to be its widest point. So what that means is that these strips taper in up here. So we're good to put this strip in here. That fits perfectly. So that's a winner chicken dinner. Very nice. Okay, cool. So let's get this over on the chopper. I do need that sound effect. Get to the chopper. All right, we're gonna square this end up here. Boom. And then what we need to do is we need to taper this down to fit a little bit better into you know, the block and everything. So to do that, I'm just going to kind of start to trim this piece back a little bit. This doesn't have to be super accurate or anything. This just needs to, like I said, just needs to fit. All right. All right, that should work. Okay, where'd that piece go? There it is. All right, so... Yeah. There we are. Okay, cool. Get that a little bit more square. There we are. That's nice. All right, perfect. So that'll give a lot of good surface area for gluing up the vent and everything. So I think that'll work out perfectly here for us. All right. So with that being said, we'll have a good bit of plastic there. All right. Yeah, that I think will work really, really well. All right. Cool. So, let's get the nippers here, and let's get this thing cut down to size. Boom. All right. There we go. All right. So now, let's get that ready. And then pull out our plastic magic. Let's get some glue on these strips to pop this thing into place here. Get our 1, 2, 3 block out here, and then press that down, press these together, and then everything should come up really nice and flush and flat. Nice. Very nice. Okay, cool. All right, so now let's get a little bit of plastic magic inside here, just in the corners. Good deal. Excellent. All right, so we are going to make sure this guy is really pressed in there. We're going to obviously using our little bamboo skewer. It has multiple uses, you guys. Get you a bamboo skewer because, man, this comes in real handy. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Very flat. All right, cool. So we're going to let that cure here, and then we're going to get another strip of plastic and do the same thing. Come on. Square up. Good enough. All right, where'd that other block get to? Jeez. There it is. All right. And Buck, I'll get to your question just a second. Let me get this piece apart here real quick, and then we'll answer in Buck's question. All right. Pull that out. There we go. All right. Get that ready. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Eris, hello, Tim in chat. What's going on, dude? All right, so Nbuck has... We have a question! Boom. All right, so what type of blade is that in your hobby knife? I've only ever seen the blades that come to a sharp point, like the triangular shape. Actually, great question. That's actually a great question, dude. So, all right, little lesson in blades. Little lesson real quick in blades. So that is what probably you're used to, right? This blade right here. This is the traditional X-Acto blade. I think this is a number 11, if I'm not correct. Somebody will definitely correct me on that. This is pretty much what everybody starts out with, right? More than likely. Now, there are better options, right? Much better options. So the reason why I have switched to this style blade, this smaller, less angular one, is because this gives a lot more control when you're cutting plastic. And I mean a lot. Because this thing being so long and pointy, it tends to bend, right? There's flex in the blade. This is really good for bigger arts and crafts and things like that. For really detailed work, this little art blade is my weapon of choice. Now, this here and this here, there we go. Virtually identical handles, right? This is, excuse me, these, this one here is by a company called NT Cutter, right? They're a company based in Japan, and that is basically all I use right here. So NT Cutter makes wonderful, wonderful blades, wonderful knives. I have several of their handles and everything, and I go gaga over their blades as well. I can't find the little, oh, here it is, the little itty bitty. Oh, this one is great. This actually used to be my handle of choice, and you can kind of see how diminutive this is compared to the others, right? This actually I used to use all the time, but then when I got the handle here from, this is the USA Gundam Store handle, this kind of felt a little bit better in my hand. But yeah, this is an NT Cutter. This is a wonderful, wonderful handle. Virtually all of these style handles, whether they're, you know, USA Gundam Store, whether they're Tamiya art knives, are going to be some derivative of the NT Cutter, you know, design. NT Cutter also makes blades here. This is their 45 degree. That's what I use mostly. And then they also have a 30 degree, which is more or less, you know, similar to your angle of, you know, your number 11 here, but in a much, much smaller, more compact blade, right? So that's the size of the blade. That's it, right? The shorter the blade, the more control you have over it, right? So with this, you know, shorty little 45, man, when you get really tight on it and you get your grip and everything on there, you can just go to town with this, and it's super, super accurate. So yeah, I love these. You can get NT Cutter products on Amazon, you know, in the US, probably UK, places like that. Yeah, NT Cutter. They are a big, you know, company in Japan. And like I said, most online outlets like Amazon, you'll be able to find it. Now, a good alternative to NT Cutter is Olfa. They are an absolutely wonderful company as well. And they also kind of make a, you know, a little bit of a larger 45 degree angle. And for a time, this was my handle and knife of choice. But you can kind of see the handles are very, very similar. Tamiya actually gets their knives from both NT Cutter and also from Olfa. They just have the companies rebrand them for Tamiya, and they are identical, right? So yeah, either one of these are wonderful options. Olfa you can get pretty easily in the US. I know like places like Lowe's and Home Depot actually sell Olfa, the handles and the blades and things like that. That's kind of where I got these. And then one good thing about Olfa is that they have some really great blade options, right? That NT Cutter does not have, or is virtually impossible to get. One of them here is the chisel blade. This is just a flat blade that you can work with, and I actually really, really love this for flattening and things like that, flattening details and everything. You just come in here, turn it upside down, and just kind of whittle away, flattening, you know, little bits and all that. So that is a wonderful option. And then, of course, Olfa offers their saw blade, options as well. These are a little long, for my taste, and the kerf is a bit on the thicker side. It's not crazy, but it's not as thin as, say, like the tri-tool saw that we use sometimes as well. So Olfa, NT Cutter, either one, if you go with either one of those, man, you will be loving life. When it comes to modeling and stuff like that, because yeah, they're freaking great. Okay, so here's a good example. This is one of Tamiya's handles, and this is actually an Olfa ripoff. Yeah, you can see the handle's a little bit different. It's a little more angular. It's got this little bit here, but I just noticed this. So look what's stamped in there. Olfa, right there. For finest work, Olfa. So yeah, the proof is in the pudding. So if you get Tamiya, knives or anything, chances are it's either going to be an Olfa or an NT Cutter. So, but what I would suggest is not to buy the Tamiya brand, because you're paying for the licensing, you're paying for the name. The Olfa or NT Cutter kind of regular solutions are always going to be the way to go, because they're going to be cheaper, because you're not paying for the name, and it's equal quality at that point. So that, Buck, was a great question. Was a great question. So Michael Dawson got to head to work later. Mikey, take care, buddy. Anthony, what's going on? Hello. Hi, Tim. Hello, everyone. What's going on, dude? And thanks, Tim. That helps a lot. You are welcome. Run this good old reliable Olfa. Yeah, it really is. Olfa is very, very reliable. Very reliable stuff. All right. So let's get this piece in here. All right. And then let's get this cut down to size. Right there. All right. Get that loaded up in the tweezers. Let's get our plastic magic out over here. Okay. Boom. 1, 2, 3 blocks. Get our little little bamboo skewer up in this. Get everything squeezed in nicely, flattened, and let's get a little plastic magic in these corners here. All right. Yeah, really, really good. And just a little bloop, bloop. Run that down the middle there. All right, so we're gonna let this block cure, and then now we have this block here that's nice and flat. Let's get this mocked up here into the leg. And there it is. Let's see what we've got. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so real quick, what I'm gonna do is just make sure that everything is nice and super, super flat. Whoo, yeah. let's see. Yeah, there's there's no light under that one, so that's good. That's really, really good. All right, so now we have a platform to essentially fix our vent to, right? So there's what it's gonna look like, that profile and everything. That's gonna look really sweet. And I think we'll have enough overhang on the vent to do that idea that I had with the little detail pieces underneath here. I think we'll have just enough room there. So that'll be really nice. Okay, cool. All right, so with that being said, we need to get the back of these vents flattened. Now, to do that first, we're gonna rough this up here with the sanding block here. And this is resin. I casted this myself. So this shouldn't take too much work to get roughed up on the back here. This is soft material. All right, so yeah, we're making really good progress there. Let's do this. Yeah, and see all that resin dust coming off there? Cool. All right. That should be good. Let's square this a little bit better, because it's starting to lean to one side. Which side is it leaning to? This side. So we're going to put more pressure over here. Come on. Come on. Oh, you... There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. Now we got it. All right. Much better. Much, much better. And now that back is completely flattened and roughed up. Perfect. All right, that's what we wanted. That's exactly what we wanted. All right. So now, yeah, that looks really nice. There's kind of our positioning there. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so now what we can do is the tricky part, to glue this up, right? Now, since this is resin, we have to use super glue. Have to. Ooh, here we go. Let's get caught up here real quick. Briggsy says, how is the Amazon thing going? Any news? I do not have any news so far, Briggsy. I actually have to give them a call, which is on my list of things to do, which my list of things to do is half a mile long. But yeah, I have to do that. I have to make some other calls here too. So stay tuned, I guess. Yeah. Ben Young, he says, great question on the knife. I've wondered that myself. Nice. So there we go. Two birds, one stone, basically. Excuse me. Tim, thanks for the info. I just picked up the NT cutter holder and 40 pack of blades for $12 on Amazon. It'll be here Thursday. That's awesome. That is fucking awesome. That is awesome. See? We're making modelers out of you guys. I love it. I love it. Good pickup, Ben. Good pickup, dude. You won't regret it. Trust me. The NT cutters are so nice. And you, like I said, you get so much better control out of them. And when you put in a fresh NT cutter blade into a knife, it's like cutting through butter. Yeah, really, really good. Look at this. And Buck Games. I'm ordering the NT cutter right now too. See? Good shit. Good shit, you guys. I like that. I like that a lot. So, yeah, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. Trust me. All right. So, the downside of, well, one of the few downsides of using one of these resin bits is that we have to use super glue. So, our positioning and everything needs to be just 100% on this. We can't fuck this up because we only get one shot, right? So let me see here. Right there. So here, here is our vertical placement. And again, I'm just using my my little pen scriber to pop in a line, a very, very thin line. I find it better to use that than a pencil because it is much thinner, a much thinner, more finer line than a pencil would give you. At this scale, a pencil's variance, the thickness of it, no bueno. No bueno. All right, so I think that right there, we've got about 1 millimeter from the edge here past the bevel, and we've got a little bit of flat part just kind of sneaking out there. I think that placement will be perfect. All right, so here we go, you guys. Here we go. We got one shot at this. We get one shot. And all right, so we do have a lot of good surface area. So that's the good news. Now for this, yeah, I'm thinking we use the slow cure. This is the 10 to 25 second slow cure. Yeah, I think this is going to be the proper way to go. All right, clip the tip. There we go. Giovanni says you should start asking Amazon for sales commissions. Dude, that's the idea, actually. So I used to have what's called an Amazon affiliates account, and it got shut down for some reason. I'm not sure why. Probably through non-usage. But one of the things that is in the rules for Amazon Associates, they say once it's closed down, it can never be reopened again. And I'm like, are you sure about that? Right? So I'm going to call them at some point and basically beg and plead and just be like, hey, you know, I'm back at it. Throw a dog a bone here. Let's go. You know, let me help you. You know, come on. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, all right. So we've got our slow cure Bobby Smith here. This is the 10 to 25 second, and let's cross our fingers. All right, got the glue applied. We know exactly where we need to position this thing. We just need to get it nice and centered. Come on, Bobby, give me some time here, buddy. Give me some time. It gripped. All right, I think we got it. Yeah, that looks pretty good on either side. Our vertical position is nice. Let's see. kind of just loosey-goosey fit this in here and see. Yep, okay, cool. Cool. All right, I don't want to leave that in there too long because I know we had some glue squeeze out as evidenced by it being stuck on my damn finger. All right, so there we go, you guys. There's our vent block. So we'll let that we'll let Bobby cure here. Bobby? So yeah. Whew, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Amazon at least give me one chance. I know, right? Come on, Bezos. Work with me here. I'm doing this for the people. Brandon says, yeah, I just completed a 6-inch thick stack of paperwork. Ugh. Just to check my email and have to print off over 150 new invoices. Oh my God, dude. That cookie thing is taking off, isn't it? Holy shit, buddy. Yo, Brandon, honestly, dude, I didn't know it was that serious. I thought it was like a side hustle and stuff, but man, like you're full in on this cookie thing. Holy shit, bud. Sorry, this is my regular job. Holy crap. Dude, that is awesome, bud. Holy crap. Like I honestly didn't realize that. I really didn't realize that. Like I honestly thought it was like a side hustle or something like that. Wow, was I wrong? Cookie business is about 20 to 30 invoices a week. Holy crap. That's good. That's really good. Damn, dude. Holy shit, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you right now. That is so cool. I did not know that. Holy shit. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, I am blown away. I am blown away. That is freaking amazing. Man, Brandon the Cookie Guy. Love it. I really am floored. Holy shit. All right. Life Death. He has a... We have a question. All right. What BSI glue should I buy? The purple and pink or all of them? It depends. It depends. It depends on what your plans are. So me, of course, I got the whole fam, right? I got the whole family. I've got, nope, that's the wrong one. I got the fast, the medium, and then the slow cure, right? And they all have different purposes, right? Like you saw when we fixed the peg to the shield, the thin with the baby powder, great combination. That wouldn't work with these other two. They're just too thick and they cure too slowly. So you need the really quick stuff, the Insta-Cure, super thin viscosity. This is the way to go if you're doing kind of that structural work, right? This, as you saw, the slow cure, gives you a little wiggle room to, kind of position things. So this is really good for that purpose and really kind of that purpose only at this point. The middle one is your general purpose adhesive that is great for everything. This is what I use the most, and probably 3 to 1. I probably use this, hell, maybe even 5 to 1. I use this most of the time over these other two. So obviously if I had to buy one, this would be the way to go. Clear, easy. This is a must-have. These are nice to have, in my opinion. So, and then, obviously the kicker that they sell as well is really good. You've seen me use that with this guy a lot. So, yeah, all of them have their purposes. And the 2 ounces, which is what I get, these run, I think this was about $12 on Amazon, something like that. You may be able to find them cheaper at your local store and everything, but I don't have a local store, so this is the only way that I could easily get those. Yeah, it really comes down to what you want to do with them. So, yeah. Brandon says, getting to the point I need to get my commercial food license and find a kitchen to rent. Holy crap. And you're going to need staff and everything. Like, full-on cookie business. I fucking love it. That's awesome, dude. Zero Kai, what up, dude? Just finished my last day of work week. Time to rewatch Tim's streams. Heyo! There we go. Love it. All right. Let's get this other block in here. Let's get this flattened up. Let's get the vent on here, and then let's see kind of what we did, you know, in terms of the work and everything. So let's flatten this a little bit there, and then let's get this into the leg. All right, and then let's get this flattened on the leg itself. Yeah, perfect. That is really, really good. All right, let me double check it here with the ruler, see if there's any light leaking through. There's a little bit still. Okay, so we need to bring this guy down just a bit. Okay, no problem. All right, let's see how that looks here. Much, much better. Perfect. All right, that's good. All right, so, let me see how this vent looks here, because I think this one had a nasty little air bubble in the back here, and I don't want that to affect the surface at all. So I'm kind of overly scrutinizing this one. It looks like there's a little bit of rubber that got caught. Yeah, there's a little bit in there. All right, you know what? I'm gonna look for a different vent to use here, because I don't like the look of that one. All right, and let's see, this one looks pretty solid. Yeah, that one works good. Throw that guy back in there. All right, now let's flatten this guy out here first. Okay, good, good, good. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Come on. Okay, very nice. There's just a little part that's still not flat. Alright, that is good enough. Alright, let's make sure got proper height. That looks good. That looks pretty good. Alright. There we go. That flattened it out. That's what we like to see. Alright. So just a little lean out. Little lean to it. Motherfucker. So basically what I'm trying to do is bring it down on this corner a little bit more. So I'm applying more pressure there with my finger to try and lower it a little bit. Nothing crazy. Good. All right, there we go. All right, so there's that. Now, let's get this positioned properly. And, all right, so there's a little flash on the edge here that we're going to flatten out here. There we go. All right, so now, that's upside down. That would be bad. That would be so bad. Okay, right there. That looks pretty good. All right, so now we get our line. All right, we've got our glue line cut in. All right, now we get it, get this apart, get this thing glued, and hopefully we'll have a some vent pieces that we can go and kind of work from here. Come on, get apart there, you. There we go. All right, so get our thick boy here. All right. Same thing as before. Spread that around a little bit. All right, so, whew, moment of truth. Here we go. All right. That looks pretty solid. Good placement. I think we're in business, you guys. Oh, fuck. I just glued that upside down. Oh, come on. Come on. You son of a bitch. I just glued that upside down. Oh, damn it. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Come on now. Gotta work quick. Gotta work quick. Okay, it's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. Come on, Bobby. Work with me here, baby. Shit. Oh, all right, we got it. We got it. We did a little damage to the plastic here. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. But we got it. All right. Well, shit. That is not ideal. That is not ideal. Fuck. God damn it. Part of me knew I was going to do that shit. Part of me knew it. All right. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Good thing we used the slow. All right. Can't believe I did that shit. Can't believe I did it. It's part of modeling. Part of modeling. And I'm rusty. So my attention to detail is not as good as it probably should be, unfortunately. All right. So yeah, so we did a little damage to the filler strip here, but that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. We can fix that. We just need a little bit more plastic magic, and that should do the trick here. So we're gonna get this thing back to what it should be. There we go. Put that off to the side. And let's try to get this super glue off of here. All right, that looks pretty good. Just trying to get this filler strip back into place here, because it deformed down as I was pulling and separating the piece and everything. So that's yeah, that's fucking terrible. All right, let's get this flattened here. All right. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be good enough. All right. Let's make sure that everything is in place here. Okay. All right. Motherfucker. Let's try that one more time. Let's get the ankle assembly off of this piece here. I still can't believe I fucking did that. Kicking myself in the ass right now. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Emergency averted. Emergency averted. All right. So, if nothing else, you guys got a good lesson in being attentive to your work, and you got to see how to overcome challenges when you do, right? So, now, let me do the smart thing here. That's our top. Boom. So, dummy-proof this thing. Oh, and I'll even do this. All right. Boom. That's the top, dummy. That's the top. Fuck's sakes. All right. So, one more time. Here we go. All right. So, top to top, marker to marker. Placement looks good. Centering looks good. All right. We've got it in the right position. Yeah. All right. Ah. Fucking hell. All right. So, with that being said, this is the other piece. Let's get this on here. Ooh, that fits nice. That fits nice. And positioning looks really quite good. And there we go. There's our vent block in place. Yeah. And we got good overhang on both sides. What time is it? 2:07. Holy crap. Okay, cool. But as you can see, that's in place. Good stuff. All right. Now, let's see what this guy has in store for us here. There's a little squeeze out right under here that'll get in the way. Clear that out. Every place else we're good. All right, so, all right, fingers crossed. Nope, that's upside down. All right. Clearance there is really nice and tight. The gap right there, there's basically none. And let's see what the positioning looks like on this guy here. Damn, nice. That's nice. Yeah. All right. I think we're in business. I think we're in business. So we now have a matching set of lower leg vents here. That profile looks really nice, that tapered look and everything. This kind of, the edge at the bottom of the vent right here matches real kind of nice with the tapering angle here on the bottom of the original piece, so that fits real nice in there. I like that line. And then, yeah, that, that's mommy's moneymaker right there. Hell yeah. That's the deal. That's the deal. All right. Oh boy. Disaster averted. Oh, that was stressful. That was fucking stressful. Oh shit, you guys. Let's see. Brandon says we both work full-time and do this on the side. Holy crap. Game plan is to expand enough into various other things so I can quit regular day job and run the business from home. See, that's the dream, dude. That really is the fucking dream. And I hope you guys do it, dude. I really do. Working 9 to 5 for as long as I have, I've learned over the years that it is not the ideal situation for me. I'm too controlling and I'm too combative to bad ideas to just kind of say yes and go with the flow. I've never been that way. So yeah, it's not the greatest fit for me. So man, that's the dream. If you can build your own business, oh fuck yeah. That just, oh man, it's hard work, but it gives you so much freedom. And that's what I'm trying to do right now with all of this and get, you know, the other things going, like the newsletter and you know, kind of books and stuff like that. Man, that's, yeah. And I've got other plans beyond that too, but those are the kind of foundational steps. But dude, yeah, I hope you and Kayla do it, man. I really, really do. It'll be so good for you. Let's see. To be fair, Letterkenny, we also have months where it's only 5 to 20 orders. End of the year, we're going into grad party season, and we are also doing lots of first communions right now. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the way for any business, honestly. You know, you have your fast times, you have your slow times. You know, with any kind of retail business or anything like that, you know, your months leading up to Christmas obviously are always going to be busy. You know, your graduations, like you said, communions, things like that. You know, around the major holidays are always going to be busy. But, you know, those first months like January, February, slog. I can only imagine. So, oh, there we go. I think there was confusion. The invoices I entered and have to print are for my regular job. Oh, gotcha. Cookies are still absolutely crazy right now, and hoping to scale with other business ideas we have. Dude, that's awesome. I hope you guys get it. I hope you guys get it. Eris, looking good. Thank you, man. Anthony says, looking great, Tim. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Trying to get into party rentals, other treats, candy tables for events, weddings. Nice. Thank you. You're welcome, man. Yeah. Those rental things that you can do, they can be really good. Really, really good. I've seen people here locally rent out like picture backdrops that they've made. And you know, there's initial build cost and things like that, but man, if you make it modular and you can break it down into, you know, smaller pieces, and, you know, if you can get, you know, set up easy and everything, man, those can be, you know, pretty good, because, you know, you come in, set it up for the event, leave, come back, break it down, bada boom, bada bing. You know, $500,000 rental. People have a good time taking the pictures in front of it and everything. Oh yeah, that's a good one. So, but yeah, nice. Yeah, looking at a few photo booths and photo backdrops right now. Hell yeah, dude. If you've got the skill, make it custom. Lights, balloons, things like that, you know, things that are different, differentiators, you know, in that arena, you know, and different themes too, you know, obviously weddings, you know, retirement parties, things like that, like congratulations, you know, just general things like that. Yeah, those seem to be making pretty decent money. So I know I've got off tangent, but that's an idea anyways. So dude, I'm Brandon, I hope you get it, man. I really, really hope you get it. I hope it works. Cause yeah, that shit that's where the dream is, you know? That's where the dream is. So, all right. Now, for this, like I said, we gotta take off that front corner of the filler piece to make this thing fit properly in with the rest of the leg. What time is it? Oh shit, it's 2:16. Okay, yeah. And I hear Amber just got home. She's walking around upstairs, so yeah. Brandis is looking at a 360 camera rig like you see at red carpet events. Oh, the thing that spins around and everything. Yeah, yeah. Those are cool. Those are cool. Nice, nice. So, all right, good deal. Oh, do I hear an Amber? Amber? Maybe not. Anyway, all right, you guys, let's wrap it up for the day. All right, so remember, if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. But if you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. Always remember that. We're gonna get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow during the day, and we'll continue working on these things. I think we did you know, good work today. We averted a major catastrophe, so that was good. But yeah, I think placement and everything on these vents looks really, really cool. I think this will be a good look, and I think we're on the right path here for this thing. So with that being said, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Go build something cool, be safe out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.